Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the weird and wonderful world of animals. Forget what you learned in biology class. Nature has a seriously quirky side, and we're about to explore some of its most bizarre creations. Get ready to have your mind blown and your funny bone tickled, because these facts are truly out of this world. Let's start with a small creature that holds a truly massive record. Meet the tuberous bush cricket. This little insect might not look like much, but it's a champion in a very specific category. Its testicles account for a staggering 14% of its entire body weight. Let's put that into perspective for a second. If a 200-pound man had the same proportions, he'd be carrying around 28 pounds down there. Can you even imagine? It's an incredible feat of biology, proving that when it comes to reproductive strategy, nature isn't afraid to go big. Scientists believe this allows them to mate repeatedly and quickly, ensuring their genes are passed on. It's a classic case of quality versus quantity, or in this case, sheer size. Next up, let us burrow underground and meet an animal that looks like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. I'm talking about the star-nosed mole. This creature is famous for its unique snout, which is a fleshy, star-shaped appendage with 22 tentacles. It looks like it has a tiny octopus attached to its face. But this bizarre feature isn't just for show. Each of those tentacles is packed with thousands of sensory receptors, making the star-nosed mole one of the most sensitive mammals on Earth. It can detect and identify food with incredible speed and accuracy. In fact, it can find and eat an insect in less than a quarter of a second faster than the human eye can even process the movement. It essentially lives in a world of touch, using its star to build a 3D picture of its surroundings in complete darkness. It's a super sniffer, a master of the underground, and a testament to how evolution can produce truly alien-like adaptations. Now, from the quiet darkness of the underground to the noisy canopy of the rainforest, have you ever been told you're being too loud? Well, you've got nothing on our next contender. Meet the male white bellbird. This bird, native to the mountains of South America, holds the title for the loudest bird call ever recorded. Its song isn't a gentle chirp. It's a deafening blast that can reach up to 125 decibels. To give you some context, that's as loud as a rock concert or a train horn. Imagine trying to have a conversation with one of these guys nearby. The crazy part is why they do it. The males literally scream their song directly at potential mates from just a few feet away. You'd think this would be a major turn-off, but for female bellbirds, it's apparently the ultimate sign of a strong, healthy partner. It's the avian equivalent of shouting your love from the rooftops, except the rooftops are trees and the shouting could cause permanent hearing damage. Let's stick with birds for a moment and talk about one with a rather unique defensive strategy. The Eurasian roller has a parenting technique that is both disgusting and brilliant. When a predator approaches their nest, the baby birds don't just sit there and wait. They projectile vomit a foul-smelling, orange liquid all over themselves and the nest. The stench is so awful that it repels most predators, from snakes to birds of prey. No only tut, but there's the perjebe, so they know to return and defend their young. It's a built-in alarm system and a chemical weapon all in one. It's a messy, smelly, but incredibly effective way to survive. So next time you think your kids are messy eaters, just be glad they aren't Eurasian rollers. From the sky, let us dive into the ocean and meet a creature that is a master of disguise and deception, the mimic octopus. While many octopuses are known for their camouflage abilities, the mimic octopus takes it to a whole new level. It doesn't just change its color and texture to blend in with a rock or coral. It actively impersonates other sea creatures. It can contort its body and change its swimming style to look and act like a venomous lionfish, a flat sea sole, or even a sea snake. By mimicking these dangerous animals, it deters predators who might be thinking of making it a meal. It's like a professional actor of the deep sea, with a whole repertoire of characters it can play depending on the situation. Scientists have observed them mimicking over a dozen different animals. This is an incredible display of intelligence and a survival strategy that is truly one of a kind. Now for a fact that sounds like it came from a cartoon. Let's talk about the wombat. These adorable, chunky marsupials from Australia have a very peculiar feature. They produce cube-shaped poop. Yes, you heard that right. Not round, not oval, but square. They are the only known animal in the world to do this. For a long time, scientists were baffled by how they managed it. Recent research suggests that the varied elasticity in their intestinal walls helps form the sharp corners of the feces as it passes through. But why cubes? Well, wombats use their droppings to mark their territory, often placing them on logs and rocks. The flat sides of the cubes stop the droppings from rolling away, making them perfect little biological signposts. It's a hilarious and surprisingly practical solution to an everyday problem. Nature's engineering at its finest and weirdest. Finally, let's talk about an animal that seems to defy the laws of aging. Meet the immortal jellyfish, or Torotopsis dohrnii. This tiny jellyfish has a remarkable ability. When it gets old, sick, or faces extreme stress, it can revert back to its earliest stage of life, a polyp, and start its life cycle all over again. It's like a butterfly turning back into a caterpillar or a person aging backwards into a baby. This process can theoretically be repeated forever, making it biologically immortal. Of course, they can still be eaten by predators or die from disease before they can transform, so they aren't truly invincible. But their ability to hit the reset button on their own lives is something that continues to fascinate scientists. It's a real-life fountain of youth, found in a tiny, bell-shaped creature drifting through the ocean. Nature truly is full of surprises, from cube-pooping wombats to screaming birds and immortal jellyfish. The animal kingdom is a place of endless wonder and, as we've seen today, a lot of humor. Each of these bizarre traits is a perfect solution that evolution came up with to solve a specific problem. It just goes to show that the world is far weirder and more interesting than we can ever imagine. Which of these facts did you find the most mind-boggling? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into the wild and wacky side of nature, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.